Hello, today I am on the stunning island of Hvar in Croatia. I took a few photographs last night. There's a Spanish fortress at the top which I really wanted to get at the blue hour. So I came last night, but it's so bustling, you just can't move, there's people everywhere. So I thought I'd come back at 5 o'clock this morning, and already people are still out partying and they haven't gone back to bed yet. So it's still a little bit busy, but I'm going to try and get some great photos. One photograph that I did want to capture was of the beautiful harbour here, and you've got the Spanish fortress at the top. Now I thought the best way to get that will be at the blue hour and get some nice balance between the ambient blue colour in the sky and all these lovely colours of the artificial lighting. But I took the photographs last night, but I didn't fancy doing any video because it's so busy. I didn't really want to leave my camera alone. I came along last night and took a photograph of that, and I'll just show you the image that I took. Now the idea was I wanted to get as much as that castle in the middle as possible to do a nice panorama, but unfortunately I couldn't get that. So well, you have, but thank you. Wave. Hello. Hallelujah! Thank you. Hello. You can be in if you want.
What are you doing? Time lapse, sunrise.
Just YouTube. YouTube, so
Sunrise.
yes. So this is like 5 in the morning and people are just going home. So it's a really party atmosphere here. And it was even crazier last night. So I didn't want to do any video last night, but what I wanted was a nice panorama. So I got some of this path in. I wanted to try and capture the fortress as far along as I could, but unfortunately I couldn't really get any positions. I wanted to go over there as much as I could, but it was a bit too wet that side. So I thought this would probably be the best location for it, and then waited till about the blue hour, probably an hour, half an hour after sunset, and then just as it got darker, all the lights came on around the city, and then up on the fortress there you got this beautiful orange light. So I took it so there's a nice balance between the artificial light and the natural light, and then just took a 8-shot panorama to capture as much of that as I can. So this is the most historic part of the island. This is the town square, and it's absolutely stunning. There's so many amazing little alleyways in this town. I'm going to try and go around and get some great photographs if I can. I've been wandering around the back streets now of this beautiful old town. There's so many tiny little streets. They're really perfect. I'm going to try and get 1 or 2 photographs without people in them. But if you just look at this, the history, and this place is amazing. It's really such a stunning town. A lot of the private transport around here are these lovely little trolleys, because the streets are so small and there's lots of steps everywhere. You can't really drive, so I thought I'd just take a lovely photograph of these with this amazing stonework behind. I think this is a Benedictine church of some sort, and that's the town's wake-up call at 6 o'clock. There's a really beautiful sound. I don't know if it's picking up on the mic, but it's such a beautiful noise. It's just echoing around all these little alleyways and across the rooftops. It's stunning. It's wonderful. So as I was saying, up there is the Spanish fortress. If we get time, I'm hopefully going to head up there and get a photograph of the town at sunset. Down these spectacular streets, there's a lot of bars and restaurants and things like that, so they have some amazing signs, so it looks really fantastic. So I thought I'd take quite a few of these photographs. Mostly I'm doing them in portrait because they're very narrow and thin, so you just get a lot of this stonework, even though it's beautiful. I think most of the interest is really down the centre, so I've turned the camera up into portrait, and also because we've got this really bright light at the back in the sky, and you've got some really dark shadows on the side, I've had to blend the photographs together. So I've taken about 6 different exposures and really bracketing those over about 4 stops. You've got some really beautiful lights hitting that church behind me. I'm not sure of the name of it. I've just looked it up and I'm not even going to try and pronounce it. So it's some light is just hitting this side, but there's some beautiful boats down here, but some not quite so beautiful ones. So what I've done is I'm using a 10-stop neutral density filter to really slow down the exposure. So I've got a 30-second exposure, and that should make the movements in these boats really blurred and should smooth out this lovely water as well. The water here is amazingly clear. I've never seen anything like it. It's so perfect. You can probably see the fishes in here at the moment. There's some tiny little ones floating around. I've come down to the other side of our harbour now. You've got the Spanish fortress right at the top, and there's some really stunning rocks around here. And you can just see through this crystal clear water right through to the bottom. So the foreground interest is perfect here, but unfortunately I think the harbour and the town behind me is too far away. So if you're really concentrating on these rocks down here, everything seems very minuscule. And the sun has probably been up about an hour and a half now, so it's getting quite harsh and it's getting extremely hot. So what I'm going to do now is head back over that way towards the town. See if I can get some close-up shots of the town itself and with the fortress in the background. It's about 7:30 now and it's got extremely warm. So I've come to this lovely little woodland here, trying to seek some shade because it's too hot for me out there. So I'm going to have a look around here for a bit, see if I can find some bit of wildlife. I don't know if you can hear that noise in the background. It's amazing. There's all these cicadas everywhere and there's thousands of them, so it's almost deafening, but it's so beautiful to hear. I'll see if I can find one close up just to get a nice photo. I finally made it to Spanish Fortress. It's quite a walk up to here from the town, but it really is worth it. It's such a stunning view. We've got the amazing harbour down there. We've got some lovely terracotta roofs. So then we got the sun setting over that side. So I've taken a number of different panoramas from left to right, trying to get as much of this town and some of the pink in the sky. But it's going even pinker now, so I'm going to try and capture a little bit more now. So I'm going to show you those photos, but the views up here are breathtaking. It really is worth the walk. So thank you very much for watching. I really do hope you've enjoyed this video on Hvar. I've had a great time filming it. I think I've got some really good photographs and a really good thumbs up to the Croatians. They've done a really good job of this place. It's so friendly, it's so clean, it's really good, and I've had a wonderful time here. So thank you very much, and I'll see you next time.